Be for every person in higher education in Africa. Better be there or be nowhere.
Continuez de regarder la télé et surtout sur le AAU.
Keep watching it and it will change the way you interact with higher education on the continent.
Good morning, lovely viewers. Welcome to the Hello Africa Morning Show on AAU TV, coming to you live from the headquarters of the Association of African Universities. My name is Jemima Daladam Duche, and to our top stories for today, the University of Ghana has once again been ranked the best university in Ghana and in the West Africa sub-region in the latest QS World University Rankings for 2026. The institutions also earned top honors in the New Times Higher Education Interdisciplinary Science Rankings, reinforcing its reputation as a leader in the academic excellence and research impact.
The University of Ghana continues to raise the bar in higher education, securing its place once again as the top-ranked university in Ghana and West Africa in the prestigious QS World University Rankings 2026. According to QS, UG scored an impressive 96.8 in employment outcomes, affirming the global competitiveness of its graduates. The university also posted strong numbers in international research collaboration and sustainability, reflecting progress under its 2024 to 2029 strategic plan. In addition to the QS rankings, UG made another remarkable showing in the Times Higher Education Interdisciplinary Science Rankings 2025, placing first in Ghana, second in West Africa, and earning solid global recognition. The university's management has praised faculty, staff, students, and partners for their continued dedication to academic excellence, impactful research, and global engagement. UG says these achievements are a step forward in advancing higher education and sustainable development across Africa.
Still on UG, the University of Ghana Medical Center, UGMC, is set to begin offering hair transplant surgeries by the end of 2025 in Accra, marking a significant step in the facility's journey to becoming a leading center for advanced medical center. The decision comes after a successful internal trials and forms part of the effort to expand specialized services and position UGMC as a world-class quaternary hospital.
According to the Director of Medical Affairs, Dr. Bafijan, the initiative is part of UGMC's broader vision to become a world-class center for complex and advanced medical care. He revealed that after a successful pilot, which included a trial on one of their own doctors, the facility is preparing to make the service available to the public. The lead surgeon, trained in New York, has already begun delivering promising results. To ensure sustainability and capacity, UGMC is building a dedicated team of young, ambitious medical professionals to meet the expected demand for this innovative service. The hospital's goal is to attain quaternary status, providing the highest level of specialized care in Ghana. As part of this ambition, UGMC has already performed cutting-edge procedures, including catheter ablation, whole-in-heart repairs, and Ghana's first laparoscopic gastric sleeve surgery. Additional advanced services, such as kidney and bone marrow transplants, are also underway, with about 8 kidney transplants performed so far. Dr. Jan is calling on Ghanaian medical experts abroad to contribute this knowledge and join the mission. By 2027, he says UGMC aims to offer nearly every form of complex medical solution, putting Ghana at the forefront of healthcare innovation in Africa.
Raphael Nyakote Obu, a naturopathic health expert and co-founder of Nyakote University College of Holistic Medicine and Technology, was arrested in Ashaiman during a joint operation by the Ghana Police CID and the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission (GTEC) for illegally running an unaccredited tertiary institution, violating national education regulation by offering unauthorized degree programs.
Authorities say the institution was operating without proper accreditation and has been offering Bachelor of Technology degrees in naturopathy and holistic medicine, directly contravening Ghana's tertiary education laws. Nyakote Obu has since been transferred to the CID headquarters in Accra to assist in further investigations. According to GTEC's Director of Corporate Affairs, Jerry Samsafo, this action is a response to the ongoing defiance by individuals running unauthorized programs despite repeated warnings. He noted that enforcement was necessary to preserve the integrity of Ghana's higher education system. GTEC has announced plans to intensify crackdowns on unlicensed institutions and is urging the public, especially prospective students and parents, to verify the accreditation status of any tertiary institution before making admission decisions. Authorities warn that anyone flouting the law will face full legal consequences.
Also, Strathmore University and the Technical University of Kenya launched Writing the Arts and Humanities in Africa, a pioneering academic journal based in Nairobi. Designed to amplify African perspectives and challenge Western academic dominance, the journal offers a platform for African scholars and students to tell their own story through culturally grounded and lived experiences, while encouraging inclusive and accessible research publication across the continent.
Unveiled in Nairobi, the journal seeks to provide a platform where African scholars, students, and writers can document their own histories, cultures, and lived realities, free from the gatekeeping often experienced in Western academic publishing. Wahaya's mission is to offer research that's rooted in the lived experiences of African communities, promoting insider perspective that reframe how the continent is represented both locally and globally. The journal's inaugural edition features a compelling exploration of Dagoretti's urban murals, shedding light on visual storytelling as a catalyst for social change. According to Dr. Maureen Sialo of Strathmore University, the journal bridges scholarly analysis with real-world African experience, encouraging storytelling that blends academic writing with oral and community-based knowledge systems. Dr. Lydia Muthama from TUK added that most African researchers face steep barriers when publishing in foreign journals, ranging from costly paywalls to cultural misrepresentation. Wahaya offers an open access solution with peer review and mentorship to support early career scholars. With a diverse editorial board and a commitment to inclusivity, Wahaya is set to redefine African humanities research by ensuring that African stories are told by Africans authentically, accessibly, and on their own terms.
U.S. President Donald Trump has hinted that he may not attend the upcoming G20 summit in South Africa, citing very bad policies by the South African government. Speaking aboard Air Force One, he said he might send a representative instead. His stance follows mounting tensions over South Africa's domestic reforms, its cases against Israel at the International Court of Justice, and a long-standing U.S. concerns about the Black Economic Empowerment Program. Despite President Ramaphosa's effort to ease the strain, U.S.-South Africa relation remains fragile.
U.S. President Donald Trump has repeatedly voiced disapproval of South Africa's land reform plans and has sharply criticized the country's recent case against Israel at the International Court of Justice. That case, which accuses Israel, a key U.S. ally, at committing genocide in Gaza, has further deepened the divide. Earlier this year, Trump issued an executive order cutting financial assistance to South Africa. He also confronted President Cyril Ramaphosa at the White House in May, making controversial and unproven claims about white genocide and land seizures. The strain continued when Secretary of State Marco Rubio boycotted a G20 foreign ministers meeting earlier this year. U.S. officials have also raised concerns about South Africa's Black Economic Empowerment Program designed to address historic racial inequality. President Ramaphosa, however, stating that South Africa's policies are often misunderstood and often misrepresented. But with diplomatic relations increasingly fragile, it remains uncertain whether the U.S. will be represented by its president or by proxy when the world leaders gather later this year.
That is all for the top African stories. My name is Jemima Deladem Doche. Up next is News Review. Stay tuned.
Explore a whole new world of exciting visuals with AAU TV. Get ready for a mix of interesting talk shows, interviews, discovery documentaries, and news on AAU TV. It's not just about watching TV, it's about experiencing something special. AAU TV reaches over 25 countries in Africa, bringing you a blend of knowledge and fun. Learn about different cultures as you enjoy the shows. If you have events or want to showcase your business, we've got you covered. Watch AAU TV free-to-air channel on satellite. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter, at AAU TV. Reach out on call or WhatsApp us at +233 26 629 6601 or +233 20 399 5210. AAU TV, the voice of higher education in Africa.
Hello Africa, keep watching AAU TV.
This program is proudly sponsored by Venom Mineral Water, Share the Love, and Bigo Drinks.
You're welcome back from the break, and thank you for staying with us on the Hello Africa Morning Show. It is now time for the news review, where we dive deeper into key issues that are making headlines across the continent. And my name is Isabella Tisahinakwa. I'll be doing this with our co-host,
Jemima Deladem Doche.
Mama, how are you doing?
I'm doing well.
You're looking good. I'm fine. I'm fine by the grace of God. And welcome back from Morocco.
Thank you.
How was the Juna conference? Share with us.
It was great. I think this is my first time experiencing it on ground.
Yeah.
And I would say there is a lot that really goes in. And I even learned that the preparation started like 5 or 8 months before the main program. And I'm like, okay, I mean, that explains it, because we had a lot of people coming for the conference, a lot of exhibitors, a lot of partners from the AAU who contributed. I mean, there was equally the board members there. We had a new president for the AAU for the next 4 years, and still Professor Olusholo Bandilo Yewole is still our current Secretary General till 2029. And I mean, everything was okay. I mean, it went well, but of course, you know, sometimes you can't expect perfection.
Of course, I mean, some challenges. But in all, I would say AAU, we really did well in putting the program together and getting that number of people attending the conference. It's really a good one. Great. You're welcome once again.
Thank you.
And on this note, we will congratulate the Vice Chancellor of University of Namibia once again for being the president of the Association of African Universities. And before we dive into the first story, still Ghana mourns the loss of a musical legend, Mr. Charles Kwadwo, popularly known as Dad Lumba. And again, we extend our condolences to the family, to the showbiz industry of Ghana, as well as the fans everywhere. We know it is hard and quite sad, and indeed his songs and voice will continue to echo in our hearts. Now, moving on to the first story, this actually ties into the government
efforts to ensure accountability in Ghana. And recently, we've seen the appreciation of the Ghana cedis against a major currency like the dollar, euro, and pound, which actually it encourages our prices to be reduced on services and goods in the industry. And during the recent briefing at the Government Accountability Series, that is one of the strategies the government has put in place to ensure that there's transparency and there's accountability. We had the Minister of Communication, Honorable Samuel Nate George, signaling strong warning to MultiChoice Ghana through the National Communication Authority, asking them to cancel their broadcasting licenses by 7th August 2025. That is if they refuse to reduce their prices on subscription fee by 30%. And this is quite sad. We've seen some companies like the telecom companies responding to the the cedi's appreciation, reducing prices of their goods and services. But some companies are refusing to do this. Also, the minister compared the prices of subscription fee the Ghanaians pay to that of Nigerians and explained or stated that it's kind of an exploitation that the MultiChoice Ghana is doing to Ghanaians. And this has raised a lot of concerns around regulations, around corporate responsibility, as well as that of customers' rights. Maima, this is a big issue, you know. For the past few months, we've seen the improvement of the Ghana cedis in terms of value, and obviously prices of goods and services should reduce, which other companies are doing that. That's true. But here lies the case, MultiChoice Ghana is refusing to do that. I think they were given some grace period to do that, and they came back, I think in July, stating that they can't reduce it because they really can't tell whether this appreciation is going to last for a while for them to reduce prices. Now, the Minister of Communication, Honorable Sam George, has come out signaling a strong warning to cancel their broadcasting license. But what's your take there?
Well, first of all, yesterday this issue was trending on X, formerly Twitter, where, I mean, currently there is a new release. From the MultiChoice, and they are still standing on their ground that they are not reducing the prices. But I think from what has been happening for some time now, as you said, people are a bit making it political. But I think in 2024, last year, there was still an issue of DSTV should reduce their prices. And you know, we are currently comparing the prices to that of Nigeria. But it will shock you that as of, let me see, November 12, 2024, MultiChoice lost over 23,000 of its subscribers in Nigeria. So we are here trying to compare ourselves to Nigeria. But then even Nigeria that is paying that least price comparatively, they are still losing prices. But I think we should look at the issue from our mere, I mean, eye level, because there is an issue of population, if I should say. You know, Nigeria's population is currently 237 million plus, and Ghana currently we have just 35 million. Look at this population. Nigeria is more. So if you want them to charge the same thing they are charging for Nigeria to Ghana, that is kind of a loss. I'm not trying to side with MultiChoice, but then we should also understand that the same economic challenges in Nigeria is the same thing we are going through here in Ghana. And also there is the I mean, the part that people are taking it to political. Yesterday I saw people talking about the fact that even for MultiChoice, sometimes when there is too much wind blowing, the network is not working. Sometimes you even pay for it, and maybe for some days you don't have your channel. So, I mean, it goes a long way to tell us that this is really a critical issue. And I know that since Sam George came, one of the pressing things he's been talking about is the internet, and then the issue of MultiChoice reducing their prices. And I for now, I really do not know what will happen, because just yesterday there was the latest news from MultiChoice saying they will not
reduce the prices. And people are saying if they won't, then the minister should take drastic action, because he said by 7th August they should cancel their operation if they are not able to reduce their prices.
Oh, okay. So we've got videos to show to you on this story. I think if it's available, let's look at some of the videos.
Directed MultiChoice to be present at the ministry for a meeting. At that meeting, we requested a 30% reduction in pricing for subscribers of MultiChoice Ghana's packages. The meeting addressed public concerns about affordability, value for money, and fairness in service delivery. I made clear the ministry's expectation that pricing structures had to be responsive to Ghana's current economic context. I made a formal request of 30% reduction in the package pricing and gave a deadline of July 21st for a formal response from MultiChoice. On the 21st of July this year, I received a 9-page letter from MultiChoice detailing why they were refusing to reduce their pricing. Their reasons included that the cedi had depreciated in the preceding 8 years by 240%, and they claimed that my request for a reduction on the basis of the appreciation of the cedi was unfounded, because in their words, the appreciation of the Ghanaian cedi over the last 6 months has been a fluke which could not be sustainable. As minister, my fidelity is to the Ghanaian people. I have had to act in the interest of the Ghanaian people, and I believe that the Ghanaian people have been fleeced and exploited for too long. I wrote back to the NCA on Monday and directed the NCA in that letter to suspend the broadcasting license of DSTV effective 7th of August 2025 if they fail to effect a reduction in their bundle prices. I cannot, as minister serving the Ghanaian people, continue to watch what can best be described as plain stealing happening to the Ghanaian people. In my letter to them, I gave them scenarios from 7 markets that DSTV is operating in. The same content in the premium bouquet that is offered to Ghanaians for $83 equivalent is offered to Nigerians for $29 equivalent. How can anyone explain this price disparity to me? Enough of the mistreatment of the Ghanaian consumer. They either comply with the reduction, because in Nigeria, in the same time frame that they say the Ghanaian cedi has depreciated by 240%, the Nigerian naira has depreciated by 409%. If Nigerians are paying equivalent of $29, DSTV must charge same here in Ghana, or we will suspend their broadcasting license effective 7th of August 2025.
And that was the Minister of Communication, Honorable Sam Nartey George, briefing us on what the National Communication Authority should do to MultiChoice if they refuse to reduce their subscription fee by 30% related to the cedi's appreciation. Maima, so before that, you made mention Nigerians, the DSTV subscription has reduced in terms of the subscribers. Yes, I think that is based not because of prices, but I think
it was due to economic challenges.
Okay.
Yeah, they blame the economy for that. That was
before we come to, because there's been quite some challenges subscribers face. One being repetition of programs on the channel. When you subscribe to DSTV, you get to kind of they show repeated programs, movies, among others. The only thing you can benefit is when it comes to sports. Exactly. So I think that it may be one of the reasons, which I know the company is working at. But coming to the Ghanaian ecosystem, where they're asking them to reduce their pricing, comparing that to the subscription fee of Nigeria, I think that the minister is not being quite fair to the company, because when we look at the amount Nigerians are paying in dollar, when you convert it to naira, it's a huge money.
I mean, that is their currency.
Same as same as the Ghana cedi. And also when it comes to the tax the multi-choice is paying here, okay, then why don't you reduce? Because you can't say they should reduce the subscription fee and you're not reducing the amount, the percentage of tax they are paying. You're not being fair to them. It's a business, you know. You look at your cost and you look at the money that is coming in and see your profit. You can't say we should reduce the cost and then so it's going to affect their profits, where they pay tax, they pay employers, they pay a lot of things. I mean, the minister is not. I don't know.
I don't know, but I think in 2024, there was a news from MultiChoice that because of in 2024 high tax CD depreciation caused DSTV and GoTV subscription to increase.
Yeah, by 15%.
So, exactly, and then on April 1, 2025, they increased the 50. They did the 50% thing. And if you look at the prices comparability, I mean, when you compare, because before April 1, the premium service was $750, and then when it was increased, now it was $865. That is too much. I mean, I was listening to a podcast on this issue, and the person was saying that if as an individual who is working, I mean, Ghana here, we work and we do not get much income. So even if you are taking, let's say, 3,000, and then you are paying a DSTV subscription for 865 cedis. I mean, in a funny way, the person was like, which one will you send to your mother? Which one will you
but that is your preference. You should look at your pockets before you pay
yesterday, I saw a comment on Twitter that says, I mean on X, that says that, how about they do it, watch as you pay? So if, let's say there is, because people are, I mean, saying that the only thing they benefit, as you said, is football. I mean, it's sport. So if there is a sports game coming on and then you would want to watch, then maybe you pay for that, watch it. And then the next time you want to watch another sports game, you pay for that game and watch. That's what people. That's what people are even suggesting. That
I mean, to make it more easier, I think the monthly subscription is fair than the pay as you go.
But we don't know how they will charge if it's pay as you go per game as you want.
You are going to lose as a person. Well, maybe you lose because the price will go higher than you paying as a monthly duration.
Kind of.
So again, in the minister's speech or briefing, he made mention the DSTV termed or classified the CD appreciation as fluke and not sustainable, which in the press release that came yesterday by the MultiChoice, they made mention, they never stated that. Rather, they just referenced it's not being sustainable.
But they actually did, though.
They did?
They did. In the communique that came yesterday.
They said, yes. They said fluke, which they never said that. If you read the press release, it says the minister was saying we stated the appreciation of the CDs as fluke, which we never stated that. So obviously, I think if they did, they would have said we did. I mean, but they did not. And so they are standing on their grounds, not stating they are not going to reduce, but they are going to work towards it. If you say they should reduce 30%, that is a bit harsh on them. Probably they should reduce, but not like 30%. They rely to the CDs appreciation, because sometimes it goes up and then it comes down.
So someone was even saying that maybe they could make they should bring out what they have. Maybe you can reduce it to what Nigeria has, but there should be some form of reduction, and then there should be some form of compromisation from the minister.
All right. So to MultiChoice Ghana, please, you should come together and then try and do something about it. Not reducing to by 30%, but at least listen to the minister and do something, or else your subscription, your broadcasting license will be suspended, which is going to affect lots of customers. Now, moving on to the next story, which is also during the government's accountability series and still on the Minister of Communication, who came out to clarify things. I know if you're a Ghanaian, you would relate to this. Yes, a mobile user, Ghanaian, you relate to buying data bundle, and within few minutes, everything is gone, and you'll be wondering, what did I do with my data bundle? Now, the Minister of Communication came out saying that after investigation, there's nothing, or this cannot be blamed to the telecoms operators or companies, but rather we as an individual should look at our mobile settings background apps and updates, automatic updates that is being run on our phone. Of course, I've been a victim, several times, to the extent of calling my service provider. I did, because I bought a data bundle, and within not less than one, everything just went. Just like that. I just checked my balance and 0.00. I was like, oh no. So I called them, and yes, this was like years ago.
Oh, okay.
And I was told I should check my settings, and I said, hold on, let's do this together. So I told, because I don't know what settings. I don't know what settings we'll be doing. They'll be dragging or be pulling my data bundle. So when he tells me, I said, yes, it is off. Yes, it is on Wi-Fi only. Yes, this and this. So there was nothing to prove that my background app or something was taking out all the data bundle that I just purchased. And then the customer, the person who answered, was like, okay, I'll get back to you. Let me see what is happening, and they get back to you. And that was all. Obviously, if I should call back, it's going to another person, and I can't go through checking everything again. So yes, sometimes our background apps and these automatic updates and all that are some of the things that are consuming our data bundles. But still, the investigation should go on, because some of us, all these things, when you come to my phone, because I've been a victim and I've been thought that some of these things consumes her. So I always check my background apps and all that, and ensure that it is only on Wi-Fi. That is when there's Wi-Fi available. That is when it should run. And also, I always swipe up to close the apps that I'm not using. Sometimes when you leave it on, you can swipe up like this and you see multiple tabs that you've opened. All these are still running. I always close them to ensure, but still, my bundle is still. So the investigation should go on. Before I come to you, there's a video for us to watch on this.
Seen a number of complaints on social media, and I've set up a specialized task force at the NCA and at all the mobile network operators to deal with these complaints. Let me state on the record, every single one of the complaints that have been referred to the team have been investigated, and all of them have proven that it is user settings and user behaviors that have affected the use of their data, and that there has been no price tampering. Let me reiterate, I will not hesitate to deal decisively as minister with any telecom company that falters or alters the pricing that is approved by the NCA. But unless there is evidence of same, you cannot punish somebody just because people are making a claim that is not backed by the evidence. And I can show to the media today evidence, maybe in the Q&A, of some of these instances. In fact, the last one that was dealt with, that I got a report on this morning, the individual complained. I asked the NCA to reach out to him. For 48 hours, he did not respond. So I had to go back on X and retweet at him and say that we've been trying to reach out to you. When we did the investigation, it turned out that he actually handed his own device over to somebody. And when they did the record, they realized that the person used it to watch and stream videos. And that's how come the data he was expecting to keep. And I have evidence of this. I mean, and some of them, we've actually urged some of them to come out and do public sensitization. I'm sure you all saw the one by Mr. DKB, when he complained about his data, and subsequently he realized that it was from his own user behavior. But like I said, we will continue to deal with every single one that comes our way.
Was Honorable Sam George explaining and clarifying things when it comes to data bundle consumption. Maima, so are we blaming the wrong source? Are we saying, are we to blame ourselves and the type of phones and the apps that are running? What do you think? I know you are a victim. I know everybody. So far as you are a mobile user in Ghana, you're a victim.
You see, the funny thing is that we haven't changed our phones ever since the percentages or the data was whatever. I mean, so if you tell me, a consumer, that it's my app settings that is running or consuming my data, these same app settings were there before the data was increased. So right now, what do you want to tell the consumers? It really doesn't for lack of a better word, it really doesn't make sense that you tell the consumers this. I think you see, it's business. If you tell the telcos to increase the data bundles or whatever, they wouldn't want to run at a loss.
Of course.
So whatever they will do to still
gain.
Exactly, they will do it. So if a consumer or the publics are, and you see, the funny thing is that it's not just one person or two people. It's been trending on X. It's trended a few times. So that should tell you that it is still a public cry.
Yeah.
And this whole data issue started with Tekinchi, and I know Sheldon was involved, but at a point Sheldon left because he couldn't. And Tekinchi, went through all this process. And then now the data was, there were new prices and then all that. But you know, the funny thing is that during that process, I saw somebody say that, no, let's not rejoice yet. Let's start using the bundle before we rejoice that the minister has done this and that. But then, you know, ministers, most people call him the minister for social media because everything he wants to put it there, an agenda guy. We take it like that. But you cannot tell the consumers that, you know, it is because of the apps you are using that are running updates. No, we've been using these apps. These updates have been, So you can't tell me that because I think this is from the telcos. From my point of view, I think the telcos do not want to run at a loss, and whatever they will do to still gain, I think that is what they are doing. And from what I'm seeing, I think the minister is not ready to go back to the telcos.
No, he has to. He has.
But from the way he's talking, it looks like he's trying to blame the consumers and the type of devices we are using.
Yeah. Just like you made mention, obviously, this is not our first time using our phones and buying data and all that. We've been experiencing this for quite a long time. So, it's good he made mention of that just to raise awareness, because I know for sure a lot of people may not know that there are apps running behind, although they seem to close their phones, but there are still some apps running. So yes, this is raising awareness for people to go back to check on their settings and all that, just to ensure their data runs at a lower speed or rate in terms of consumption. But still, he made mention of having evidence, which maybe we will have to see those evidence just to ensure that it's true that after your investigation, of course, there are no wrongdoing by the side of the telecom companies. But no, they should still continue with the investigation and still work at it, because it is very, very bad. It is very because using myself as an example, I buy the big packages, yes, and I come to office. I have Wi-Fi. There's Wi-Fi, so I always turn off my data bundle and then use the Wi-Fi. When I go home, that is when I turn on mine. But still, although there's an increase of 15%, but still, within 1 month, everything is gone.
Sometimes it's not even
at least it should last me 1 month, 1 week, so I know that okay, because of the increase, this is what I'm benefiting from. And so far as everybody is crying and saying this is what is still going on, minister, please go back and also he compared again, comparison using an individual story.
No, you can't use an individual story and compare it to the public. Put that individual story at one side and put what's happening on the internet at one side.
This is DKB saying, oh, okay, I'm retracting my statement because after checking my phone,
you see,
this is his personal issues and his personal solutions. But for us, since I felt I contacted the MTN and they made me know that sometimes background, I'm very much aware of this, and I ensure that it is off on Wi-Fi only. So how do you explain my issues? Maybe I should go to TikTok and also complain, and maybe they'll get back to me and tell me.
No. I think the minister has to go back to the telcos, and I think there's something the telcos are doing, because this is, it's business. We don't want to run at a loss. So whatever we will do to make profit or make gains, we surely will do it.
Right. So going back, I think the minister and NCA are set to conduct quarterly billing integrity tests to monitor accuracy as well as build consumer trust. So yes, let's just, they said quarterly. We are still complaining and talking about this. So if quarterly, we are in October and August, so by December I think we should have a report from their integrity test. Maybe this will be the first evidence that we will see.
We just hope so. We just hope they come out with something very substantial, because that's okay. So we'll move to the third story on our news review, and it talks about...
Okay, I think there are some comments for us on some of the stories that
has been...
Okay. So this is from Kwesi at Kaswa. So he's saying, for some of us, I don't believe it relates to our phone settings, obviously. Our circumstances have remained the same before and after the bundle increase. So how can that be? The communication minister needs to investigate this matter thoroughly, of course. That is what we are saying. He should go back and continue with the investigation, because you can't come and say that it is our fault and our backgrounds, apps and all that. No. Some of us, we are tech experts too, and we know all these, and we are still facing, we are still facing the challenge. And also from Fafa, data bundles still run out quickly despite checking. All the minister says we need to check, so there's more to it, of course. And then this is to the DSTV story. Germany is saying that DSTV price hike really is worrisome, and I support the ministers threatening them. Okay.
I just hope, but I'm trying to put my head around something, you know, that if the minister should seize their license from operation from 7th August, what will happen? That's my question, because I mean, people are equally, people want to watch football sports when it comes to all these things. So I'm just hoping to see what will happen if the minister should take drastic measures.
Maybe Germany, I think maybe you should consider the services they are providing to you. Maybe if you say it in that sense, that maybe the service they are providing to you, to that of the price we are paying, is not.
And I think people are also pushing the minister to the wall. They want to see if the minister can truly
suspend their license. He can. He can. He has authority, so he can.
He has
so there's another related story which is quite interesting. This is from Grace. He's saying, I went to bed with about 3 gigabytes of data while my data was off, only to wake up with 370 megabytes until date. I cannot make sense out of it. So where is the 30? Okay, so that was a huge,
that's a lot of data.
So with her data off, of course, that means nothing will be running. Consuming you. So where
exactly? Where's the apps and where's the updates we are talking about?
And Andrew from Boche is saying, I wish they just revert to old pricing because it's sickening. Data package increased, yet I'm buying twice what I used to buy before the increase. You see, so Minister, if you are watching us today, there are lots of complaints still on the issue, meaning a lot of people are aware that their backgrounds are maybe running, but still, and they are doing the right thing, but still they are facing this challenge. So please go back. We are using this platform to plead with you to go back and do your investigation and have them to be transparent and accountable. Mima, the next story.
Okay, I think there's still Semauto. So he's sorry.
She says, it's Kemi Bandinok. Yes,
Kemi.
I mean, it's about her identity as a UK.
No, I was still
you are
seeing
still
some
reading.
comments.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw some comments, and this is a comment from X from Engineer Gabriel. He says the bundle is like Nkatia Boga. Well,
Nkatia Boga. I mean, they count it. I think in a past we get like 11.
Okay. I tell you.
Yeah, they count this for you.
Okay, so we'll move to our third story, which is about Kemi Badenoch, who is the leader of UK Conservative Party, has declared she no longer identifies as Nigeria despite her ancestry, telling the Rosebud podcast that she has not renewed a Nigerian passport since early 2000s. While she embraced Nigeria heritage, she says her personal identity is firmly rooted in UK, where she currently lives with her family and political extended family in the Conservative Party. When I was reading this story, there was one question that came to mind. I asked myself, how are you related to? I mean, there's this thing that we learn in social studies.
Yeah.
How you are related, how to be a citizen. And then I'm taken aback to ask the question again. How are you a citizen of the country?
Numerous ways.
Exactly.
Through marriage, by birth, by staying there for a longer period, and I mean,
yeah, because from the story she's saying
marriage,
that fine, she was born in Nigeria, but she's not.
She was not born in Nigeria. I think
through her ancestry and by birth.
So I think she was born in what was the country's name? When some UK state. Yeah, she was born in Wimbledon, right? And that's a state in UK. But I think she's saying that she's from. You want to talk about the lineage? She's related to.
Yeah, her parents are
Nigeria.
Exactly.
So if maybe here she's stating being she identifies herself as a
citizen of the
UK based on birth there, and also where her family. She married there. She got married there. That's where her family.
But you see, when we trace your roots, we don't even want to go far. These are your parents.
You can't determine.
Wait, these are your parents. Bella, let me ask you.
As for this, I side with her.
No, for me, I don't.
100%.
I really don't. Because
I am a Ghanaian.
No, wait, I get it. You were not born. You are a Ghanaian. You were not born in Ghana. You were given birth to in the UK.
Okay.
But then your parents are Ghanaian.
Okay.
So if we want to trace where
I can still
no,
choose
but you know
to
she has a Nigerian name.
So
why did but if you are born in UK and you are telling me that that is your residence, that's your citizenry, then why do you take a Nigerian? It's just because your roots still boils down to being a Nigerian.
She's not denying that fact.
Yes, but she's not denying
no
more.
Of course, I can choose to be.
I want to
my name is Isabella Tete Ahenakwa, a Ghanaian and a Ghan, but I can still choose. If I'm married to a US citizen, I can still choose and decide to be a citizen of US. I can still choose to be.
But you see, she doesn't want to be related
a Kenyan,
to
a South African.
She doesn't want to be related.
Identity.
She doesn't want to be traced to Nigeria, and that is where. So there was even a comment where they are asking her to then drop her Nigerian name.
No,
because in tracing you still come
back. Secondary school, right?
You still have the Nigerian blood in you. So in a way, you are Nigerian.
Talking about names, I've seen a lot of people.
No, we don't even want to
families.
So
decided
but let's not go there. I think that's too far. But I think that's too far. Let's just use this issue and make the difference.
I'm listening to you, Maima. I'm listening
to you. Let's just
use
this.
So please, this is her identity. Hello, I know it is hard and quite sad to see a diasporan trying to reject her lineage.
And the funny thing is that the diasporans in the UK, they decided to go have a word with her. And the funny thing is, she doesn't know. But wait, so why do you refuse to see them? Because she refused to see them. So if you know that you are, I don't want to say this is not stealing, but if you know that you do not have anything to hide, or come clean. The diasporans want to see you. What's the big deal?
Because Maima, you have to convince me, because to me, I really support her. It is her identity once again. You can't tell her who she should be. She's fine. She has accepted that she comes from that ancestral lineage. She's a Nigerian,
but she doesn't want to be identified.
Of course, because she was born in UK and she got married in UK. Her children are UK, like citizens of UK and all that. And of course, if she's not a citizen of UK, she wouldn't have her position now.
And if she's not
a member of
and
parliament.
If she's not identified as a Nigerian, she will not have a Nigerian name, nor a Nigerian.
No, as for names, please don't go there, because I can decide to call myself Isabella Della Demdoche.
Yeah, I
can decide to call myself that. All I have to do is go back to
let's not
the authority to give me that certificate saying
outside. Let's not go outside the situation. Let's just use
outside.
This situation.
It is still the same story.
Yes, but if you want to tell me that you can call yourself Isabella Della Demdoche, I guess
there are a lot of people saying, female saying, I identify myself as a male. I identify myself. That is their identity. You can't tell them, hey, we are
not saying her identity. That I'm not saying she shouldn't affiliate herself from coming from the UK or being a citizen there. But mine is that you just accept your root.
Which of course she did.
But she doesn't want to be affiliated with the root. The root, sorry. No, that's my problem. Because if you are accepting that this is your root, then why are you having a problem with you being affiliated to your roots?
So, Maima, in the Nigerian constitution, is there an act that states that if you don't identify yourself as a Nigerian, then please drop your Nigerian name?
Oh, Bella, let's not go there.
Oh, just answer me. No.
There isn't.
Of course. Okay. And is there also a law that states that you cannot and ever identify yourself as other citizen of country than where your ancestors come from?
Oh, of course not.
Thank you very much.
Okay, it's fine. We'll come back to it.
Mrs. Kemi Badenoch, of course, that is your identity.
Yes.
And you have the right
but still
to
affiliate yourself to your roots. You have a root. There's a saying that don't forget where you are coming from. This is where it applies. That saying everybody has it goes round. Don't forget where you are coming from. And I think she's trying to forget. She shouldn't forget where
so there's a comment. Maima, you have 1 vote. And I'm not going to read it. Maybe maybe you read it yourself.
Okay, so this is from Peterson, and he says that she's refusing to identify with Nigeria. She refusing to identify with Nigeria is so childish, cause no matter what she is related to them. So sorry.
She should have accepted both countries.
Yeah, she should accept both countries.
I mean, she was having a dual citizenship, but she decided to drop.
And said that I support Jemima in the story.
Who is supporting you? Is it not Peterson? Is it not the same
I think at this point you've lost.
It's still her identity. It's still her identity, and she can choose to be who she wants to be.
Okay, so we'll move to the next story.
Maybe we'll have to come and educate
we'll come back again with our social studies knowledge. So we'll move to the next story, talking about Trump imposing 30% tariff on South Africa exports. So President Donald Trump has announced South African product export to the US will be hit by 30% tariff from August 7. South Africa faces the highest rate in sub-Saharan Africa, reflecting Trump's strained relationship with the government of President Cyril Ramaphosa. This major economic blow could mark the end of the 2-decade-old AGOA agreement, which allowed duty-free access to U.S. market. The tariff hike also affects several other African countries, but none as severely as South Africa, signaling deteriorating relations between the two countries. My question is, why South Africa?
But South Africa is not the only country facing this tariff.
When you look at the percentage is high. And you see, the funny thing is that they have a very good relationship with the US. I think
that was then.
But
was then. But recently, President Cyril and Donald Trump,
they've been having issues.
Yes, and the banter comes like back and forth, especially from Donald Trump.
So do you think this is kind of a personal beef in quotes?
Now you have to be careful what you say related to Donald Trump, or else you find yourself wanting. Right. But again, I think to me, it looks like it's not just one-time thing. It's like a development from issues like past issues, and it's ongoing because we saw he cut. He has cut funds for aid to other countries, but it looks like South Africa is facing huge cutting of opportunities from that of US, and this may be one of it. But again, first let me go to the AGOA, that is the African Growth and Opportunity Act. You know, this act was established centuries ago, and it says that it gives duty-free access to Africans to export goods and other products to the US with no cost. But now, Donald Trump came out saying that it's quite harsh on them because you can't say you are exporting things without paying any tax, whilst they export to other countries and they pay huge taxes. So here is what our response to you. We are increasing your tariff so that you have to pay. I don't see anything.
But
when it comes to business, there's nothing wrong with it. We see something wrong because, of course, we are now developing, and of course, there should be some opportunities for us and all that. But this is a precedent for a country stating that it is not fair. We are also not being fair to them if we should depend on them solely and benefit from them without they kind of getting any profit or that. So that is his response to, after going through investigations, going through auditings and all that, and these are the solutions. We can't say no to it. What we have to do as Africans, this is the great opportunity for us to come together, look at our strategies. We have AfTA, intercontinental free trade. I mean, we should also look at looking at other business partners to negotiate with. And if you think it is so harsh, the percentage is too huge for you, go back to them, sit down and look at what you, of course, negotiate on what's coming. But for us to sit down and say, no, President Donald Trump is not being fair to us and being too harsh on us and all that, that means we've decided not to be independent and still rely on international funds and international grants and international opportunities and all that. And that we are not going to develop. I mean, so it is harsh and a bit impromptu because we were not expecting that. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. We really don't know what is coming next. So we should sit up as an African, as a region, as a continent, especially to our leaders, the ECOWAS, AU and all that. This is the opportunity for you to come out with some strategies for us to be very, 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 very independent, right?
Yeah. I think other countries are also experiencing that. There is Nigeria, Ghana, Lesotho, Zimbabwe, who experiencing 15%. Algeria and Libya, 30%. So
how about them? How about them?
But you see, you also make mention of the fact that there's been quite an unpleasant relationship between these two governments. Exactly. Then there's Tunisia for 25%, Kenya and Ethiopia for 10%. I mean, we are hoping that this will give, this will push Africans.
Of course, it's going to push. And also, it is hard when we are talking about the disadvantages the country is going to face. Of course, employment, there's going to be low employability. And here, that means we have to focus on consuming our own raw materials. We have to build infrastructure. I
think it's high time. It's high time we actually be producer. Because the last time I think I was having a conversation with my mom, and then we were just checking some of these products, and we realized that matches. We have to export matches.
Toothpick.
And I mean, it's so sad. That cotton bag. We have to export. I think this is the time that we need to start appreciating some of our own homemade goods.
We are seeing there's going to be low employability rates and all that. Of course, and again, there's going to be high employability rates. That is if we have the infrastructure to process our own raw materials and consume our own thing. And probably maybe export the finished goods rather than the raw materials to these international sectors. So it is hard, I mean, of course, but again,
we have to
let us come together and look at the strategy. Maybe, we have lots of policies, we have strategies and all that, but when it comes to implementation, we go sit down, come together and develop nice strategies and nice policies. And then we go back to our homes and countries and we just shove them in the cupboard and all that. This is the time for us to go back and look at all these policies and acts and implement them, and we will see how beneficial it is. Very soon, we are going to be great and do not depend on funds and grants before we can make it. Right, moving on to the next story, and this also is related to regional diplomacy and peace building. Now, we've seen the African leaders coming together to agree to put together all existing policies that are associated to peace building into one initiative. So here we have the eastern, we are looking at the eastern region as well as the southern region. This is related to the conflict between Rwanda and DRC Congo. I think we saw the U.S. president coming in to be a peace builder with some strategies, which there were questions around it because it really did not tackle the main issues that is causing the war. So here we are happy to see that the African Union leaders have come together to find a strategy to bring together all the efforts, all the policies, all the strategies into one initiative to ensure that wherever there is conflict, wherever there are wars, we have one initiative that has brought together all regional leaders, knowing what is on the ground, knowing what they are facing. So this is the best solution to it. And this will be headquartered in Addis Ababa.
Yeah.
Maima, again, I'm in support of, because when I saw that the US was is the only board that has come out to try and solve
this issue.
Yes, propose ceasefire between Rwanda and I was wondering, okay, so what is in there for them, and who is really going to manage and monitor that whatever they have proposed is being done? And then here comes the African Union. There's been quite some strategies past process before which did not really last or was not successful because it did not tackle the main issue, and also there was no should I say punishment if you do not go by the policies or the strategies that has been established. There were no punishment for the parties as well as the person to monitor what they are doing. There was no institution or nobody or no initiative like that. So here we have the AU coming together, bringing all regional leaders together to come up with one initiative that is going to be a peace-building initiative for any war that is happening in.
So there's the framework
with the concentration on DR Congo and Rwanda.
I think you made mention of the structure then and now, and I'm seeing that the AU-led framework currently will centralize leadership in Addis Ababa and create a unified secretariat coordinating all these stakeholders. But then, unlike the fragmented past process, this will ensure consistent diplomatic messaging, reduce regional competition, and offer stronger leverage over parties in the conflict. It's true that this competition among people.
And of course, if let's say we leave it to the regional leaders to work in silos and all that, of course there's going to be some conflicting. But should we have one unified initiative where all the parties came together, being knowledgeable of what is going on, knowing the challenges, what is causing the main issue. Of course, they are going to come up with very strong strategies to prevent or to solve any conflict or wars that is going to pop up. So let's see how this turns out using the DRC as a case study to see if it's going to be successful. But when you heard of US coming in to be the negotiator, to be the peace building board and all that, what came to
my mind? I mean, in as much as we've been hearing of Trump, trying to do a lot of things in order to stabilize his country, I think regardless of it, he still wants that unity, that collaboration between us, so we all could work together. For me, I'm not too surprised because I know Trump. Trump is a very peaceful person. I feel like he just wants things done,
but very tactical.
Yes, and then he wants things done. Amicably, if I should put it that way. So I'm not really surprised Trump is coming in to be the peacemaker, but I'm hoping that indeed there will be peace between these regions.
Of course, we are hoping there's going to be a strong initiative and peace within this initiative. And again, of course, we'll be looking up to these external actors to support us with these, to ensure that it is very strong and confident and as well as sustainable. So here we are looking at humanitarian crisis, humanitarian aid and all that. We shouldn't just look at what is causing the conflict, but also if we are in the process of providing peace building, what about the people, the victims? What are we providing to them? All this should be stated in the initiative, the unified initiative. And this is where we need the support of external actors to come in with their support in terms of financial, logistical support, diplomatic, among others. So I would say kudos to African Union taking the initiative to lead this peace building project, and we are looking forward to a successful policy or strategy to peace building. I think that is all for our news review for today. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we shall dive into the lifestyle segment. Please stay tuned and don't go anywhere.
Explore a whole new world of exciting visuals with AAU TV. Get ready for a mix of interesting talk shows, interviews, discovery documentaries, and news on AAU TV. It's not just about watching TV, it's about experiencing something special. AAU TV reaches over 25 countries in Africa, bringing you a blend of knowledge and fun. Learn about different cultures as you enjoy the shows. If you have events or want to showcase your business, we've got you covered. Watch AAU TV free-to-air channel on satellite. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter, at AAU TV. Reach out on call or WhatsApp us at +233 26 629 6601 or +233 20 399 5210. AAU TV, the voice of higher education in Africa.
Hello Africa, keep watching AAU TV, the voice of higher education in Africa.
This program is proudly sponsored by Vena Mineral Water, Share the Love, and Bigo Drinks.
Hello, welcome back from the break, and this is still the Hello Africa Morning Show, and you're welcome to the lifestyle segment. Today we want to do trends of the week. There's been a lot of stories and a lot of things trending. I'm sure when I say trending, the first story you might be thinking of is Daddy Lumba, but we'll come there. We'll come back to that story. But first of all, we want to talk about a student from UDS. So a tragic story has shaken Ghana's university community. Salifu Nurudi, a UDS computer science student, has been sentenced to life imprisonment for a brutal murder of classmate Mohammed Zaikri. The cause, a deadly love triangle. So Zaikri had started dating Nurudi's ex-girlfriend. What follows was a fatal confrontation. Zaki was found stabbed in his hostel, and the phone he was last seen using was traced to Nurudi's room. The court found him guilty despite his plea of innocence. This incident raises questions about mental health, jealousy, and violence among students. But before then, you see there's been a lot of issues of boyfriend, girlfriend in the universities. And here in Ghana, there was one at the University of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, that is Tech. And there was the same issue where a lady, if I'm not mistaken, her middle name is Deladem because she has my name, so I remember her so much, who lost her life due to the same boyfriend issues. They said she went to the guy, she was seen cheating, and this whole thing. So it's been a rampant issue that has been happening in our various universities. But then, Bella, let me come to you. What do you think about the story in the first place? There's this guy who has been sentenced to your friend is saying. Sorry, there's this guy whose girlfriend is dead, and the tracing or the investigation has been. I mean, it's been traced to him.
I know the
he's
story
cause of what has happened to the lady, and he's been sentenced to death.
I know the story, and when you asked the question, I was quiet because.
You're thinking.
No, it's sad that it happens, but it's sad that as a young person, a student sent to school to learn, to be a better person, due to anger, due to jealousy, due to selfishness, due to greediness, you decide to take the life of a fellow human being for Christ's sake, just because of love, just because of relationship. I mean,
jealousy, this whole love triangle.
No, it's sad, and it keeps happening, going on and on and on. And I mean, I won't say I'm happy, but this is a better.
Oh really?
Yes, life sentence. This is the only.
This is the only way forward.
Yeah, the only way to pay. Or no. Let me not go
but
there.
What do you think about relationships on campus, really? I think you made mention of the fact that we go to school, you are being taken
we can't
to learn.
We can't say we are stopping. No, it can never, because it's part of growing. It is part of when you are maturing. I mean, you have that edge to
that anxiety.
Wanting someone to care for you, wanting someone to say sweet things to you, wanting someone to buy you gifts, wanting someone to always text you, telling you how beautiful.
Your parents are there?
Oh no, come on.
My parents have been telling me how beautiful I look all the time.
Oh please, let's not pretend. I mean, the feeling is quite different when it comes from the different gender, especially someone.
But your father can do that.
Does your father do that?
Oh yeah, my father does that sometimes.
Fair enough.
You said the other gender, so I'm just trying to.
At your age mate, and all that. I mean, it's something we cannot prevent. The only thing we have to look at, and this I have said before when the issue of KNUST came, I said it here that we do not know where these students are coming from, their backgrounds and all that. All these are also implications. It's part of the factors
that's true.
Risk factors of all this, where people are are brought up in a very violent background and all that. So the only solution to them is to hurt someone, is to kill, or to. Do you get what I'm saying? But so as a university, as the authorities and all the people running university, you need to have a counseling department. And as a teacher or a lecturer, you also need to know your students very well. Some may not show it to you, but looking at this student, you know that you can see that trait of violence in them, and you should recommend counseling. You should even go to them, talk. And when you talk to them, and when you see the students dating, I mean, sometimes you should be there. I mean,
I think that is
teasing them.
I think that's one thing.
Making fun, advising them.
In our community.
Yes. Yeah. When they see young people dating, hey, what are
don't
you
do that. You can't. He can't be your boyfriend. And when you do this, this is what will happen. And you see, out of curiosity,
so they do it in secret.
You wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know what is going on before you hear broken hearts, this person's hanging, suicide, or this person killing, murdering, and all that. No. As a lecturer, they are growing. I mean, it is part of them. You should rather be there advising them. And if you see that I know that is not part of your job and all that, but of course, we are training aside the academic training and all that, behavioral trainings, moral lessons and all that. It should be part of your job, educating the students, advising them, suggesting or recommending counseling sessions for them and all that. So. I mean, this is the only and the best punishment to the student.
But you see, I have a little. It's not like a challenge, but I think weeks or months ago we interviewed Miss Ivy, who does these whole student issues, how students dress, this relationship and everything. And funny enough, she made a statement when you were talking, it just came in mind. She was like, students do not like going. Sometimes do not like going to the counseling department to seek for help. And I think this still boils down to the structure of how the counseling department even works. Because if I'm a student and then I'm coming to see the counselor, and I mean, you see a counselor and sometimes they don't even have the attention for you. You talk to them and then they do not show that care, that love, that support that you need from the issue that you brought. So I think it still boils down to universities trying to, they should try and have a flexible way of dealing with, or how their counseling units or sessions operate on their various campuses. Okay. Because as a teenager, in as much as I'm coming to you with these things, because I think we made mention of the fact that even in our society, when they know you are dating and all that. So you see, if we have a pre-idea of how these things are, we are already in the society, we know it. We do not expect such rigidness
counseling sessions.
Exactly, when it comes to this counseling session. There's counselors are your friends. So
if they are.
Yes. They should have that flexibility in trying to deal with these
have
students.
you experienced
I have personally.
And was it
but
rigid?
It wasn't in a...
Was it unfriendly?
Oh no, it was very friendly.
Exactly.
But I mean, Miss Ivy works with Unimark, and she works there as a lecturer, and she's been a lecturer since I have been in Unimark. And I mean, she's been seeing what has been going on. She talks to these students because what she does is centered around the students' community. So if someone in that space is talking about student issues and mentioning the fact that sometimes students go there and they do not, get the response or maybe the attention, whatever they need, of course, then they won't go again. So I think this is the time university counseling sessions should also have a flexible plan for these students, give them a listening ear, try and come down to their level and understand how teenage feelings.
Of course, being a teenager, I mean, we've been there before and we know how they are, so you need to come to their level. And but sometimes too, it's the mindset of the students. I mean, we know that from 18 to, let's say, 20, 22, 23, dating is somehow like you being a bad girl. Exactly.
And even it's
it's the mindset. Because he or she knows that what she's doing is kind of seen as a bad thing. So
they won't even bring it
exactly. Do you get what I'm saying? So we shouldn't just look at the counselors only, but let's look at the students as well. Are they willing to go there? Do they have the clear mind of going to share my challenges, share my experience, share my mental emotions and all that with the person to help me? Or I'm going because I'm going because there's a counseling session and I have to go. Or I'm going because I don't know. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get
so it's the mindset as well. And also again, backing what you were saying to the teachers and to the counselors, they need to come down to their level. Sometimes it is very nice, and you see it when you relate very well with people under your level, very, very well. It's like you are open to them and they are welcome to you. They feel very at ease coming to you to even share things they are not supposed to share with you. So maybe this should be the strategy, the council. I mean, it's their field, so they know what they are. So I'm surprised they are saying, or students are saying they are not friendly. But anyway,
students can always be students. Let me take some comments here. So this is from Magdalene, and she says that the UDS dead victim didn't have to die like that. May he continue to rest in peace. And then this one is from Theophilos, which says that students should not involve themselves in these activities if they cannot be matured enough to embrace whatever it brings. Even adults are struggling with such issues. And then this is from Blessing, and it says that sometimes we only want to feel loved and cuddled. That's why we need the opposite gender. This one. Okay, and then this one is from Mr. T. He says that if they didn't listen to their parents when they were young, how do you expect these adults to take advice from their lecturers who they see as strangers? Well, but I think I would rather prefer to talk to a stranger than your parents. You see, sometimes you just want somebody neutral, because if it's your parents, they might try to massage the response,
and even side, and maybe because they don't want, they may even say things which may not be true.
So sometimes you need a
because they don't want you to be in that relationship
who doesn't know you, know your background, know where you're coming from, and sometimes that equally helps. We'll just move to the next story. So Priscilla Ojo and Juma Jacks confirmed pregnancy. Nigerian influencer Priscilla Ojo and Tanzanian singer Juma Jacks have confirmed they are expecting their first child, and this came from a paternity photo shoot that broke the internet. But first of all, do you know Priscilla Ojo?
So I really don't know her until I saw her photo shoots and different stages of marriage ceremony. That's when I got to know, okay, there's
I think the public is asking when, looking at the time they had the marriage ceremony and the time she's pregnant, you know how...
So what's wrong with that?
They are saying that means she was pregnant before the marriage.
And what's wrong with that?
Well, come on, the kind of society we live in. But the funny thing is that they actually got married before they came to do this whole public one. Exactly. But people didn't know. So people are just thinking that
I like the twist. I really like the twist. And of course, she's back again to the trending with another thing. It's very nice. And this goes to our celebs. Sometimes you should keep things in secret and then you give it to us. Let people talk about things that they don't know.
She's always
they should
come
up with their own stories. Yeah. I like the twist because, and this also tells us that we should mind our business sometimes, because you really do not know the person. You don't know him or...
But Bella, you can't tell, social media, you can't tell people to mind their business on social media.
No. You have to be careful when you're going into people's family affairs, and you have to be very,
But you see, so far as the issue is out there, it's out there for the public domain. So anyhow somebody would want
now
to
you are my calculator. You are now calculating when I got pregnant and when I
You see, that's the funny thing. And I think this equally even happened with Moses Bliss. People were trying to even calculate the time the lady got pregnant to the time they got married.
Well, she came out to explain, which to me, I think she didn't even have to come out to explain.
Yeah,
now in our language, we will say so. It is now yes, of course. Now you came out saying they got married. They got married because she was pregnant, and she's come out to explain that she was actually she had actually got married months
earlier before
coming out to do the celebration with us.
The internet.
Are we okay now?
We are okay now. So Linda from Soto says, we cannot mind our businesses when you bring your business to us.
Is this to me? It looks like this
one is directly to you, right? This one is directly to you. So we'll just move on to our last story for lifestyle, and it's talking about Lewin clashing with Daddy Lumba. Daddy Lumba's video. So the Ghanaian entertaining industry is buzzing with controversy and high-stakes drama as actor Kojo Nkansah, popularly known as Lewin, clashed out as organizers of the vigil for the late high life legend Daddy Lumba, accusing them of deliberately scheduling the event to sabotage the premiere of his new movie. The funny thing is, when I heard of this issue,
who tried to sabotage? Oh, come on. Who tried to sabotage you? It's okay. Wait, maybe let me just understand. So is he saying that so far as he has scheduled,
they shouldn't have scheduled Daddy Lumba's? But you see, the funny thing is that was exactly a week we lost Daddy Lumba. May his soul rest in peace. That was exactly a week.
And it's a week celebration.
Exactly. So I don't know why.
Even if it's not a week and the family is saying that we want to... Okay, this was from the entertainment industry saying we'd want to hold or celebrate, hold the 9th vigil for our legend on this date. It is a date. Whether...
So he's feeling like these celebrities, this creative...
We all have the right... No.
But you see, no, I'm not trying to side with him, but I'm trying to let you understand that he in his mind is trying to say that we are all in the creatives.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
And then this is a movie a creative in Ghana has done. And we always talk about supporting are we
going to supporting our own? Supporting our own, because already there's issues when it comes to supporting our own.
So
looking at the cast he brought in the movie, so there's no supporting our own here.
But he's
so
saying
let's
that
not
this
talk
is
about
the time.
supporting our
But
own.
this is from him. I mean, I listened to the video.
He shouldn't go there supporting our own.
He said this is the time we need to support our own, and then why would the creative? He was thinking some of these creatives will come for his movie premiere, and even he says that this one was from him. He says that for his movie premiere, he was thinking of even going to talk to Mahama to release the prisoners. Release the prisoners from his home to go and watch the movie, because that is a movie.
Oh really?
I actually listened to the interview.
He could have. No one stopped him from doing that.
You see, people would choose. This is a legend.
You know what? See, sometimes
I don't even think the comparison and all these back and forth was even necessary. It wasn't necessary.
It was very wrong. So this takes me back to. Please forgive me, but this takes me back to when our very own Napo mentioned that Kwame Nkrumah, yes, made a statement about the past president Kwame Nkrumah. This is a legend we are talking about.
Exactly.
A musical legend, for Christ's sake, in the 90s. I mean, his songs, let me just not go deeper, but a legend, like I made mention.
With great impact.
Lil Wayne could have used this dates clashing as a very great opportunity to even hold another vigil for people who are willing to be to celebrate or to experience the vigil at the same time. Watch your movie. You could even add it as part of your agenda to your program. After the premiere, you play a song like that Lumba song for people to light their candles and all that. Do you get what I'm saying? So those in Kumasi who can't come to Accra would use your program, will use your premiering as opportunity to watch at the same time celebrate our loss. But for you to come and kind of competition.
I don't know. People. No. I think there was this comment that this guy made. Scanty works with Kojo Sheldon Studios, and then I think he made a flimsy
that we should
just he could have rescheduled his premiere.
That's
go, and then Anna, Daddy Lumba, and I'm sure Scanty also got his.
Oh yes, I mean he bashed Lil Wayne bashed Kojo Sheldon as well as Scanty. I mean whoever can. Maybe if he listened to this, maybe I also take my bashing, which I don't know. But please, Lil Wayne didn't take the right steps in terms of handling this issue.
I was
he
very
shouldn't
surprised
have compared.
Because especially when he said that, Daddy Lumba is our legend. So if you know in your mind that Daddy Lumba is our legend, why then do you now compare your movie premiere to the 9th vigil of Daddy Lumba?
Saying that they shouldn't have scheduled to that date,
they shouldn't. Knowing that.
No. So I think.
Yeah. So there is a video to these effects. So we'll take a look at that.
If you love Daddy Lumba, everyone, show some love. Light us. Oh, why you get here, baby? Mama, what you say? My phone was on, yes, hey, I don't fall and I'm wrong. And then the damn wrong who would be done. Nyame fete that number crazy me ponya ya nyampe kwa say cutting length there is a second August must anya crack some penalty one thing you will be down hey say university and to be wu yesu month manya butempa am yanten am visit the good gate abua. Much more physical night at the best second August. I made me a movie. Captain Ibrahim Traore, the last African hero. As a movement for you. Somebody for yes up and say, with the more day. I've got fire when the share Saturday, no. Second August, I'm winning the rating now, and I'm second of one, second August. And I live in the catching them for it. I mean, your fruits. I can't my ball, I can't my ball, I can't my ball, I can't my ball. Almost $1 million book moving in promotion. Number what I trust it. Office this 2nd August. I remember Cadenet. Hey, Ghana, eligible. Hey, eligible. Promotion from there. Hey, some people trust it. Miss Samamanyame. Hey, the Miami. Hey, move back up, my bread. I got that some player do here. But some good news or some. Hey, what's it? Hey, anyway, I'm somebody for a share Saturday to cabinet dentro. When I'm in a Mangasa. Now, me, and I'm interested. There will be a piano. When I'm a
So, that was Luwen, and that was Daddy Lumba's 9th vigil. And I see a lot of people turned out. I saw some reactions from some of our celebrities, and I mean, I couldn't go, but it touched me. And Bella?
Yeah, myself, I planned on going, but something came in, and but I joined online and watched it. Yeah, I mean, thanks to all that was able to make it to celebrate the legend. And this goes to brother Lewin. I mean, he has to be very, very careful with some of the comments. We know he's very jovial, he's a comedian and all that, but sometimes he has to be very careful with some of his statements he makes, especially when it comes to few days to premiering his movies. I think his last movie he made mention, the last movie he premiered before
A Country Called Ghana.
I've forgotten the title, but he made mention that this premiere is going to be so big that people are going to die. Yes.
Yeah,
and then a child died through him.
Yeah.
So he has to be very, very careful with some of the things he says and how he handles situations when it comes to, I don't know, maybe he wants to trend, or maybe he wants the attention to be on him, just to remind people that, oh, my premiere is also there, but you should take a better
you can't
way
just compare
to handle situations. Or with what he's doing, he may lose lots of fans. We know of the story of Ejako, who had a lot of fans, but due to mismanagement and aggressiveness and all that, he lost people. Then you came in, so he has to be very careful. Very careful.
I mean, he's mentioned that he's invested millions of CDs into the millions of dollars, into the movie production, and that people would want. But you know, there are some reactions I saw from Daddy Lumba's 9th vigil, and that was from Sarkodie. I don't know if you saw the video.
Yeah, I did. It was very emotional.
He just couldn't hold it or understand. And I saw that our former president of the Republic of Ghana also made a visit to the house,
as well as the vice president,
and as well as the vice president as well. And you know, one thing that struck me was Davido. Davido's concert. I think when he was performing at a point, they played Daddy Lumba's song. I think he directed them to do that just to pay homage to the legend. So I mean, if all these people are seeing the magnitude of this person and his importance and what he has created in the community, I don't know why Lewin wants to compare.
You are saying we should support our. Are you also supporting our?
Because you're in the creative and you, I mean, painting the picture of being a fan of Daddy Lumba. I think you should have. I think I sided with Kanti. You should have just rescheduled.
Not reschedule. No, not reschedule.
And then gone for Daddy Lumba's 9th, because right now he also missed the vigil.
You know, sometimes when you are paying for a location to hold events, when you cancel, it goes against you. That means you have to pay again. So canceling it may be a very, very huge cost to him, but he should have used a better approach
to do this. Okay, so thank you very much for staying with us on the Hello Africa Morning Show, and it's been an interesting conversation. So this is the end of the show. My name is Chimai Madaladem Duche, and I did this with my amazing,
the only Isabella Tete Ahinakwa.
All right, so have a lovely day, and we hope to see you same time next time. Bye.
This program is proudly sponsored by Venom Mineral Water, Share the Love, and Bigo Drinks.